Hi, welcome to You Can Do Medicine. I'm Tom, good to see you. And so today we're going to look at well-being while studying. And I think it's an important thing to talk about, especially when doing such an intense course as medicine. It's something that I've been working on and throughout my time studying and just throughout life in general, I've got, some techniques and things that I focus on. So just to bring them up then. So what is well-being for me? I mean, ultimately, it's down to being content, being happy, and ensuring that, I'm on a steady keel, and progressing towards the aims that I want to. So the way that I gauge myself and measure against how I'm doing in that is just three things. Firstly, my sleep. Secondly, my diet. And lastly, exercise. Now, I know from experience in life that if any of those three things are out of balance, that's probably what's causing any unrest in my life, uncertainty, anxiety, anger, any of these kind of things. So, for me, sleep is so important. I think that it's maybe something that everyone obviously knows that they need to sleep, but the importance of a steady sleep pattern cannot be understated. For me, I generally go to bed about 10:30, 11, and get up between 6:30 and 7. That's solid 8 hours sleep. And another thing on that is I never, take my laptop through to my bed. Before I go to sleep, I always read. At the moment, I'm actually on classic sharp novel, just something easy, mindless to. I'll probably only get a few pages in before I pass out. And if my sleep pattern goes out of that, like, and the few times that maybe I'm awake until midnight these days, that can have quite a big effect, like over the course of the week. And if I can find myself, sitting in a lecture and being like tired, and it's probably got something to do with that. So, can always say, well, are you going to bed at the right time? Are you getting the right hours of sleep? And that's key. Secondly, diet. I mean, I'm a bit overweight, and I'm quite conscious of what I eat. But over the last few years, really bringing in more fruit and vegetables. Like for my breakfast, I just eat fruit now, and I try to put as much fruit and veg into my diet as I can. Certainly not vegetarian. I still enjoy meat just as much as the next person, but I try to keep out like simple carbohydrates, and for me, I only have like white rice or any kind of potato. Um, it's almost like a special occasion for me, as I can tell that it gets me sleepy, and that I'm just not quite as alert. Not quite as sort of fresh feeling, and just a bit kind of bloated and whatnot. Um, so yeah, again, if something's not right, am I sticking to my diet? We're in Scotland, so it's important for us to take vitamin D, for example, and I also take I take vitamin D tablets and cod liver oil. Um, I think I get enough of my other nutrients from the fruit and veg. If you don't, then just take a multivitamin tablet. But I'd say that particularly up in Scotland, D is very important all year round. And lastly, then moving on to exercise. So when I was younger, I used to do a lot of downhill cycling. I used to do a lot of rollerblading. I don't really do those things anymore. I damaged my knee when I was younger, and so it can have an effect on those kind of things. But I do a lot of walking. Walking is one of the key things that I do, and I'm really lucky in that I'm right on Holyrood Park. I open my front door, and Holyrood Park's right there. And so I'll go through that, go up and do various walks around that. every week, sometimes daily. I'll go around it, and I think that's important. It helps you flexible, helps with your digestion, helps with everything, and also it's a good like headspace, time to get out there, think about the classes that I've done, or just think about what's happening in life. And that really important for mental health for me. I think without my walking, that could have quite a big impact. And sometimes I do more walking than others. We just had an incredibly cold period in Scotland, probably the coldest that I can ever recall, for such a long time. What was it being like -8 during the day some days? And so I wasn't doing as much as I had been, but still trying to get in, maybe 5 to 8 miles in. When the weather gets better, I normally probably walk about 12 miles a day, and that it's really helpful. It helps with sleep as well, because you do have that element of tiredness. Um, and with my walk into uni, actually, it's about a mile and a half each way, so there's that alone, if nothing else. That aside, I do free weights. Actually, got my dumbbells here. Just find that just keeping up those, you don't need to do them every day, I suppose. I certainly try to, and just go through some reps. Again, it's good for the flexibility, good sort of motivating thing. It's like, right, you're not going to have dinner until you've done X, Y, and Z sort of thing. Also means that I don't need to pay for the gym membership. So these dumbbells have been with me for quite a long time, over 7 years maybe, and yeah, they've seen some action. But that aside, I think that all of these things combine to allow me to have quite a positive outlook on life. Obviously, I've been incredibly lucky in some of my life, career things in the pub world have worked out well for me. But, coming in here and studying medicine, but I think there has been really, really tough times in my life. And, again, maybe it's something I'll talk about in the future, but the challenges that I've had in my life, and the way that I've been able to get through them is through keeping to the diet, the exercise, the sleep, and keeping the positive mental attitude. You know, whatever challenges come up, it's almost always to do with other people and it's got nothing to do with me. And so there's things that I will reiterate to myself. You've just got to live and let live, and you know whatever else has happened in other people's lives probably hasn't got anything to do with me. And I've certainly not got any control over it. Maybe when I was younger, I would jump in head first to try and solve the world's problems, but now I think it's important to sort of just step back and think, well, what's this got to do with me? If it's got nothing to do with me, chances are I probably won't get involved in the drama of those kind of situations nowadays. And that's been a big help, recognizing that the responsibility of looking after myself, as much as I at times want to help everyone. That's not my position, to try to control other people's lives. So yeah, that's something that I need to work on, and I think that it's a really good message for me to keep on top of, that helps life just progress positively, and I can just focus on what I'm doing, focusing, making sure that what's happened is best for me and best for the people around me. Um, I do feel that when you start to get into a positive place and you're not getting mixed up in any drama, you become a more attractive person for people to spend time with as well, both with friends and family. People start to come to you with their problems as opposed to the other way around, and then you can be there to offer the helping hand. But yeah, so yeah, that's my overview of well-being and what works for me. And hopefully some people can get something from this and take it forward into their own lives. I'll head off now, and we'll see you soon. Bye.